right, so yours went live fast. Here we go. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, July 25th. We look good in the screen, man. Yeah, it looks good, right? It looks good down here. We have 3 cameras going, and it's only the 2 of us. There are no assistants or producers or directors. So welcome to episode 210 of the TED Show. Rebecca, let us know you can hear us or see us. Give us a thumbs up or a heart, because Ryan's got some great stuff to talk about. Hey, there she is. She said hi. Hey, Rebecca. All right, so welcome to the show. I have wanted you to come on the show for quite a while. I think we've been going back and forth about it, but you've got an event this weekend which we want to talk about, so what better time than come on and talk about it now? So welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's
I'm so excited to have you. So first question before we get into your background, basketball?
Yes, played college basketball for Stetson University.
There it is. All right, so
never professional.
Never professional. All right, so give them a little background on you, and then we will get to Guys with Ties, which I think is the coolest name, and we'll get to the Orlando City Foundation and all the great work that you guys are doing in town. But you know, they like to know a little bit about Ryan, so tell them a little bit about Ryan.
Okay, not too long, but grew up in Daytona Beach, so I've always been a Florida boy. Went to Stetson University for basketball and academics, of course. Then went over to UCF for grad school, got my master's degree over there.
Go Knights! I'm a Knight.
Go Knights! I love UCF. Love Stetson. The football team aspect of UCF makes it.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
And found professional opportunity here in Orlando with a telecommunications company that was just opening up here. Kind of got in on the ground floor, and now I run that company 8 years later.
Oh, see, I didn't know you were the big boss. So what is a telecommunications company? What is that?
So we're an international telecommunications company. We're a middleman, so we're not a household name. We don't have a product that I could sell to you or to anybody listening, but we interconnect with all the carriers you've ever heard of and more, basically the AT&Ts and Verizons of the world, British Telecom, France Telecom. We get interconnection agreements with them, and that allows us to send calls from companies like Vonage and Skype to their networks. We do millions of calls a day, and we make fractions of pennies on every single call, so it adds up.
Nice. All right, 2 comments there. First of all, Frazier, you know I don't wear ties. I know, I should have had a tie on today. Ken Darden said he loves bow ties, but at least Ryan came on from the organization. I'm just the host. I don't know what to tell you. I have a crest on today. See how tough the audience can be?
Yeah, they can be rough.
It's a tough crowd. But why did you get in? Did you wake up one day at 7 years old and said, I'm going to be in telecommunications, or I'm going to be philanthropic? Where did the love for that come in?
I did not. I was finishing up grad school at UCF, and I met the entrepreneur that was bringing the business over to the States here. And it was a great opportunity. I had another opportunity to do Lockheed Martin's leadership development program, but I turned that down to go the entrepreneurial route and be mentored by someone who's had a lot of success. And that's what put me into the telecommunications industry. So passion for telecommunications was not anything that was planned. It was more about the opportunity to learn business from someone who's had a lot of success.
I love it. I love it. So people are saying, I love you, Rebecca. It's not that. Look at this cuffs. See, this is what happens on this show. So we're going to get to the real stuff, but look at the cuffs, Rebecca. Come on, you got to see this. You can't see the shirt because it's a little washed out. But love the big smile. See, there's Shirley. But I love it when that means they're engaged with us, Ryan. All right, so how did Guys with Ties come about?
So Guys with Ties actually started before my time. It's been around 13 years here in Orlando, founded by a group of young professionals, mostly recent law school graduates. And the story is that these guys were pretty popular. They were young and successful. They were going downtown, and they had an opportunity. They had a following. They were going out. People wanted to be where they were. And the idea came about to say, hey, why don't we go out to these venues or do some events and then give all the proceeds to charity, because we don't need the money. These clubs are offering us things like come to us and be an influencer.
Oh, because they were like an influencer. They were like a club goer, which apparently is this new thing. I know 13 years isn't new, but people actually pay you to go to a club, or will pay your entry fee because they want you to bring more people.
I think there's a little bit of that, and these guys luckily they were successful, and guys know how to watch sports together, drink beer together, hang out, but getting together to do charity is something that's kind of unique. And the name Guys with Ties was formed, and they did their first event in 2005, Hope for the Holidays, with toy drive for admission, free drinks, and they started what we like to say now is partying for a purpose.
I love that. So party for a purpose. You know, anything that's got the word party in it, I'm there. I was blessed enough to be on the board for a year, I think. Be part of the board. I love it. I think it's an amazing organization, but I love the fact that you guys are recognizable, when a lot of times when people are out and about, we're doing it for the reason of I want to get in the club, or it's a see and be seen thing, but you guys are actually utilizing that for good.
Yeah, and they started it as a nonprofit, and it's always been a nonprofit, and we're all volunteers. Not a single dime goes to any of us, which is different from a lot of nonprofits. A lot of nonprofits need a leader at the helm in the office hourly, but instead we've got a group of passionate gentlemen that are willing to give selflessly of their time to make sure that we can plan these fun events throughout the year and make sure every dime gets back into the hands of local nonprofits.
And you've had, this isn't your first event that we're going to be talking about in a minute this year. What have you had this year already?
So this year already we had a Jam Fest event, which was our first, at least the first in a long time, live music event. We had 3 bands hit the stage, rotating, and just a good time. That was at Celine, downtown Orlando. They have a great stage, and it's a new renovated venue. So.
That's a beautiful venue. If you haven't been there, it's on
Magnolia,
yes, near Pine, sort of near Pine, and it's got a rooftop bar.
Which is unique. Yeah, and it's so beautiful too. The weather's great here in Orlando most of the year.
Most of the time. It's just a little hot sometimes, but I love the fact that you guys, though, create events. It's not just about, you try to make them themed. You have a white party, which is what we're going to talk about. It's hard for me to find white in my size. What do you guys think about that? But Ryan just gave me some tips, because the event is this Saturday. So why the white party? And talk about that, and then talk about, is it the same charitable organization every year that you work with, or is this the first year that you're working with Orlando City Foundation?
The first year we're working with Orlando City Foundation, and one of the unique things about Guys with Ties that the founders wanted to do was they recognized the fact that there's a lot of unique and diverse needs right here in our own backyard in Central Florida. And so each event that they plan benefits a different, unique local nonprofit. So we bounce around. Each event is a unique organization. We've done over 50 events in 13 years and raised over $600,000 for different local nonprofits, anywhere from $1,000 to $15,000, $20,000, depending on the size of the event.
That's awesome.
And all that money goes right to their pocket. So the Orlando City Foundation has been a partner of ours for a while. Kay Rollins has been in our fashion show as a celebrity.
Kay Rollins. She is a celebrity.
Oh, total celebrity. I met her when she walked the runway for us a few years ago, and she's been a consistent celebrity in our show, and now it's her foundation that's actually benefiting this year.
Because she walks the runway, right?
She does. She
walks the runway. She looks stunning. Did you guys had it at a different venue last year?
We've been at 180 Skytop Lounge on top of the Amway Center for many years, actually, and we've gotten the event so large that we fill the place. So we're trying out Celine this year as a newer venue. It's bigger and it's all indoors, so the runway will be inside versus outside. With the city skyline is beautiful at 180.
Right.
But there's trade-offs with
I agree. So when people go, let's say we're all going to go, we're going to dress white on Saturday. What can people expect? There's going to be obviously a fashion show, but what else?
Yeah. So the full event name is the White Party featuring Summer Fashion Show, and we asked all of our guests to wear all white. That should be easy for the ladies out there, but for the guys, white shirts is the main outfit attire. You can wear jeans or dark pants if you need to. You don't have to be head to toe in white. We do not want that to be a reason you don't come out to support charity. That you don't go buy white pants if you don't have them already. Most of the photos are going to be waist up anyway.
Right.
It's going to be a sea of white, but the fashion show is not white. It's local boutiques, and they're going to be hitting the runway with local celebrities, walking in their summer fashion, showing off local clothing from local designers and boutiques, and that's a huge entertainment aspect. But there's going to be music throughout. There's an hour-and-a-half open bar from our sponsors.
Nice.
So if you like Tito's vodka, they're a staple in our parties. They're at all of our events. We've got some Tito's right here, actually.
Oh, look, he brought up the glass. I don't know what I'm sure mine's Tito's too. Allegedly. We're not, they're just great. They donate the product for our events so that we can support the open bars. We've also got Maker's Mark at the event. So if you get there at 8, you can have as many drinks as you'd like, be responsible, take an Uber to our event. Absolutely take an Uber. It's super easy to get an Uber downtown too.
It's better because you're going to pay less for the Uber than you are for parking and the convenience, so you can get dropped off right in front of the venue. Be safe, have a good night.
So I didn't realize at the event you work with local clothiers or people who have their own fashion line. I know that's such a burgeoning business here in Orlando. Do you find that a lot of people are knocking on your door now because of the fact that you guys have been doing this for a while? How has that worked?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people reach out to us to see how they can get involved in this show, and we stay loyal to some of the boutiques that have been with us since day one. And day one goes, even before my time. One of the guys was a genius to incorporate the fashion show into the White Party. The White Party's been around since the first year. This will be the 13th annual, but the fashion show's only been around about 6 or 7 years. And when we combined the two events, it just added a great entertainment piece. But yeah, we do get approached by people and nonprofits that want to receive money, and we love it. We love having those conversations with nonprofits.
Well, it's nice that you're not only supporting the nonprofit, but you're supporting up-and-coming businesses that are trying to make an impact. It can be very difficult when you are a young upstart and you obviously have a dream, especially in the clothing area, anything arts related, to get in front of people. So this is a way for them to be showcased. Maybe they're one of their first shows, or certainly how much more exposure you can get than Kay Rollins walking down the aisle with your clothes.
And tagged on Facebook.
And tagged on Facebook.
Professional photography, yeah. And we don't charge it, it's free for them. So they're not vendors, they're our guests, and we treat them as an important facet of the event. So it's all free for them, and we like to get them as much exposure as possible, because it does cost them a little bit to put these models in these outfits that they're selling, and they have to.
Sure. Yeah, I think people don't realize. So when you're going around, I mean, I'd love to get a clothier. Apparently, stuff people want me to not wear. You can't see. This is a nice shirt. People are giving me a hard time about being.
You should have one. I mean, you're on TV.
You know, it's
every day,
very difficult to find. So I'm going to do a shout out, and I want to share this with those guys. I tend to wear normally crazy, colorful clothes. You can see my collar here. This shows up as a little bit more conservative than I normally wear, but I think that I would love to showcase some of the designers and some of the clothiers. I think that's so important to give back to the community and just have even if it's a pocket square, it's something. You're still giving them some showcase. You're giving them some love back.
Yeah, small business.
Small business. All right. So what about Orlando City Foundation?
So Orlando City Foundation, a well-known organization here in Orlando, doing some great things for the youth in the community, specifically around the sport of soccer, utilizing the sport of soccer to bring educational programming to the underserved areas of Orlando, the Paramore community, the Pine Hills community. They build mini pitches, which to non-soccer fans, it's mini soccer fields. If you kind of
I was like, what is a mini pitch?
A mini pitch, yeah. They essentially transform what would kind of be like a tennis court into a mini soccer field. So it's a hardtop surface. They put the Orlando City logo on it, but it gives it a place for a lot of these youth to experience the game of soccer and change what could be an area that's just not being used for anything in these neighborhoods, and give people a safe place to play. I think they have one at the Boys and Girls Club, and their goal is to have over 20-something in the next year or so, and throughout the city of Orlando.
So do they do that all during the summer? Is it throughout the year?
They have programming throughout the year that they do at these camps, and they're building them periodically. Whenever they can get a piece of the land and they can turn something into one of these mini pitches, and then it becomes kind of almost like a park, but a soccer field. Where people and youth can play, but they do programming there as well. So
as an athlete, I'm curious, were you surprised by how well Orlando received Orlando City Soccer? Because I think a lot of people, even who are former athletes or current athletes, they're like, wow, we just can't believe how we've embraced that program. And of course, the foundation's part of Orlando City Soccer. Were you surprised?
I was. The fanatical aspect of it, and how some of my friends, non-sports people, everybody just seemed to get behind the brand and in a positive way, drink the Kool-Aid, if you will.
They did.
And it's great for the city of Orlando. I think a lot of it has to do with the leadership of that organization.
I agree.
People like Kay that are at the helm and out in the community, really making the community their own. I mean, Kay's been here, obviously from England originally, but she knows more about the city of Orlando than people who have probably lived here their whole lives.
100%. She does doing more. And she's super involved. Like, you see her out and about a lot, and I think people really respond to that. But I feel like you're right that Orlando City came in and embraced the city too. Yeah. So they came in, there's purple everywhere, they're downtown. I mean, there's been an entire, which is amazing, an entire industry, an entire base of people and businesses that are built around downtown now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that this Orlando City Soccer has become really Orlando's, nothing against the Magic, but Orlando's really embraced it as a hometown team, a real team.
Yeah, and filling that stadium, which is twice the size of the Amway Center in terms of games, it's incredible to see.
It really is. It's amazing to me that we can, as a city, come together like that. And the fact, again, that Kay is willing, she gives back a lot. She's in businesses. She's at events. She's going in and she's talking to kids. It's like they really came in and said, we're going to make Orlando our city, which is what they.
That's probably the secret. A lot of the secret sauce, to be honest, with their success. Just being so community-oriented from the beginning and not doing it because it's a requirement, doing it because that's who they are.
Correct.
And you meet someone from Orlando City, whether it's the foundation side or the team itself, and they believe in Orlando.
There's an authenticity there that
Yes.
you can't fake. And so when they come in, when Kay speaks, when she's out and about downtown or at any event, she's approachable. And she's only one of the people there that's like that. The whole organization, I feel like, is like that. People are approachable. People feel like it. And when people can, we talked about this earlier, when people can see that in you, like we see it on the show here, people want to get to know Ryan. Well, they feel like they know Kay now. And so it's so cool to be able to embrace the soccer team because she's out there really kind of sharing the love.
Yeah.
So talk about what's coming up after, because I don't know when's the next time you're going to be on. Do you have projects after this one? Are you guys finished for the year and you're done?
No.
I'm sure you have other things that Guys with Ties are doing.
Yeah, so again, with being all volunteers, we have to keep our calendar as business owners and salesmen and people in the community working at 9 to 5s during the day. We'd love to have events all the time, but we do about 4 events a year. We've got a Costumes for a Cause as one of our signature events that we do.
Costumes for a
And that's a
Cause.
Halloween party, and that's usually the weekend right before Halloween. And again, we choose a different nonprofit for each event. The nonprofit for that hasn't been announced yet. And then we do a Hope for the Holidays toy drive event where instead of buying a ticket, you donate a toy that gets given to a group such as Children's Home Society or any group that is working with social workers that can get it to families in need.
That's awesome. All right, and how about, what is the best way for people to get involved with Guys with Ties?
Well, we'd love for people to follow us on social media so they can see what's going on and interact with us. We're a small group, so anyone who direct messages us on Facebook.
Ryan's really fast about responding. He really is.
Oh, is that a good thing?
No, it's a good thing. No, it's good. Again, it's the accessibility. If people feel like they can reach out to you and you're going to get back to them, then obviously, that's that palpable passion we talk about on the show a lot. People can see it and feel it, and so you're so excited, so they're excited.
Yeah, so Ted's going to tag me, so feel free to reach out to me directly, but going through the Guys with Ties Facebook page, give that a like, or Instagram at Guys with Ties, or just go to our website. We have a form where you can directly contact us at any time. But any of our board members, which are publicly listed on the website, you can reach out to any of us at any time, and hopefully our board is a good cross-section of Orlando.
I believe it totally. You guys should check that out because I actually know Ryan's right. You look at it, it's definitely a great cross-section.
Yeah, and we want that. We want to be accessible to all groups and all nonprofits to be able to reach out to us because even if we can't do a signature event for a nonprofit, the ties within our name is really a double meaning. We believe we have ties in the community, and we see ourselves as connectors. So if a nonprofit comes to us and says,
that's so smart. I'm a little slow. Yeah, okay. So the
yes,
ties
by day. We actually are guys that wear ties.
Oh my gosh, Ted.
But more importantly, I think, and it's missed by a lot of people. Maybe we should do some better branding.
No, it's totally me.
Turn that tie into like a handshake or something.
I mean, that is really actually awesome. I love that. Ties to the community, of course. All right, so you got me on that one. All right, so we're going to share all of Ryan's contact information, how to reach out, how to get your ticket for this weekend, how to get your ticket for the event on the 28th at Celine, Guys with Ties, benefiting Orlando City Foundation. And I promise you we'll share all of that. Any parting words of wisdom? Too much tequila? No tequila today. That was yesterday, Tom. Any parting words of wisdom?
Parting words.
Anything you want to share with them? Anything? Any insights?
Well, I found throughout my life giving back has just been so rewarding to me personally, and serving through Guys with Ties or any organization here in Orlando. I just encourage people to reach out to us. We're in contact with so many nonprofits, so if you're just looking to get involved, we can introduce you to any of the 50+ charities that we've helped over the years, and maybe find the right fit, play role of connector. And personally, I love working with people who are passionate about something and helping connect people with their passions. Guys with Ties, we bounce around a lot because we choose different charities.
Sure.
It fits my personality pretty well because I like to jump around
right.
and experience all that Orlando has to offer. But I just encourage the listeners out there that if you're doing some philanthropy now, if you want to get more involved, attend those fundraisers, those galas, and then maybe contact some groups to see if you can't get behind the scenes at all.
I love it. All right, so he's going to tie you to the community, to philanthropy. I love that. That's awesome. All right, you've been a joy. Thank you so much, my friend. You guys have been great. Lots of love, and then we'll share all of Ryan's contact information. Really, check it out this weekend. Celine's an amazing place to have an event, and you're going to be with Kay and a whole bunch of other people, local people, who want to do the best for the community, serve the community, and you get to support small business all at the same time. So thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me,
you, and we love you guys. So we will see you soon. I have Josh Vickery coming on at 2:30, and then I am off for the day, which will be kind of nice. It's a new thing for me. I don't know what happens. So anyway, we love you guys. Thanks so much. So we'll hit off here.